There's some other smoke out there that I'm skipping. I'm skipping that smoke.
You skipping the Drake and Elliott smoke?
Oh, I'm never skipping that smoke.
Oh.
What do you think of that smoke?
I mean,
I just want to say, I know Rolling Loud happened. I will never be able to report on Rolling Loud because I'm too old for Rolling Loud. I am one of the niggas that know that. Rolling Loud is not my demo. I don't give a fuck about most of them little niggas that they run out there performing. I don't care how much pyrotechnician shit is going on. Smokes machine your way to death. I'm not going. Was funny to see Elliott running up on people doing that shit, and it is funny for Drake to say he's doing Yes Jules interview, run-up interviews.
It was funny.
At Rolling Loud.
And if it was spurred by some hate about the white girl Bobby interview, then I think it's warranted.
Elliott did go real hard at hating on that interview.
Yeah.
And he said all the Drake interviews outside of his and Yachty's, he later backtracked and said, but he said all the Drake interviews have been mid. So, I mean, you shitting on somebody that's trying to do something different, and that's your man. He gave you a look. That was your biggest look.
Yeah.
yeah, but a lot of people operate on what have you done for me lately?
You can't do that when I gave you a look.
No, I'm agreeing with
The
you.
rest of the niggas,
that's how they operate.
the rest of the niggas that would love a Drake interview but never got one, like he opened his home to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't just do an interview. He opened his home to y'all.
Word.
So if anybody could shit on my interview with this little white girl Bobby,
It's not y'all.
it can't be you. So I think he had that shot coming to him. But I'm also from the school of, yeah, shots help. I'm going to fire at you, fire it back, and that's going to help blowing me up. I love the spicy Elliott shit. I love what it's doing for him. We have never talked about Elliott this much. I've never seen the fans or anybody talk about Elliott so much. Know why? Because he be doing that rap radar shit. Step in your own bag and start some shit and take what come with it. I love it. And I like Drake firing at that nigga. Fired everybody.
And I like that interview, though, with the little white guy. I watched it finally. Like, I was hating and mad at first, but then I watched it. I was, this is a good interview.
Can we tell the truth?
That was a good interview.
I love that little white girl.
She was funny.
I love that Bobby girl.
Get that plant out of here, man.
She is a plant.
She may be a plant, I don't
But
know.
she's great.
She's funny.
The shit I saw with Drake was quirky.
She's
I
quirky.
didn't see anything
That's the
that I
point of
liked.
it.
The point of all her shit is awkwardness and dry humor. For me, it seemed like she took a lot out of Funny Marco's bag.
I'm not really familiar
She
with it.
also had Funny Marco on her show, made for a really awkward interview. I do think that she's a plant because this is episode 4, 5, 6. You got Drake, Mark Cuban,
Yachty.
You just...
That's a crazy opening lineup.
Also, the
my wife
title-
said that she was popping on TikTok.
TikTok.
I don't know how true that is.
She was.
Okay.
She was. But, I mean, I don't want to get into a racial deep dive about TikTok and how white people can blow up
Gotcha.
there.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. But the girl's funny. I like her shit. I'm going to continue to watch her shit, and I do think that she's a plant. But she's good.
So both sides can be true.
Yeah.
Both things can be true. I agree. I was I watched the Yachty one too. Entertained by both of them. I thought
Me
she was
too.
funny.
I ain't watching them shit.
So I think hating on that is
It's
a
whack.
different. It's whack. It's a different style of interview. I like seeing that from someone like Drake, who we've seen sit down and have the formal interview. It's fun to see some different shit.
And Drake telling Elliott that, hey, the young niggas is running shit right now. There's truth to it. There's truth to it. So, but not just for media people. That was telling for Drake to say, hey, I'm me. And I recognize that I don't need to do nothing to sell records, but there's some things that could help me in my maneuvering
Well, just some
around out there.
acknowledgement of where the
If he want to sit
Where the
with the young,
goalpost
quirky
is.
white girl that don't have nothing to do with nothing that just popped up I'm totally fine with that.
And again, if you've done a million interviews where you sit down in a nice place and talk about your album and what you want to do, I might want to sit in the bed with a white girl that's going to know nothing about my life and make some weird jokes.
I agree. And I thought it was super funny that she was talking about a direct flight and he thought she was talking about the song Nonstop. And then she called him on it.
Yeah.
Are you that arrogant that you think words just mean your song title only? Like, I was talking about a nonstop flight.
That shit was funny.
Listen, I like it. And, you know, y'all out there, I do see a lot of people talking about Drake need to do something for the culture. Drake need to interview with the culture. Drake need to sit down with me or Gilly or somebody from the culture, for the culture, for the culture. Maybe eBay for the culture, for the culture, for the culture. Enough of that. Please stop that. I'm here to burst your bubble. As I've said before, There is no Drake interview that will come out without being screened by Drake, edited by Drake, chopped down by Drake, and anything that he don't want you to ask will never see the light of day. It's getting checked by Team Drake. So any interview, whoever you sit down with, you're not getting what you think you getting. So y'all keep talking about sit with people that's going to ask different questions and do different things.
Never get it.
None of that shit is happening ever again. This nigga's a global phenomenon.
These interviews are really Drake interviewing Drake.
Yes.
Word.
If you really want to be honest about it. That's what they all are.
And that's why I didn't go to Starlet.
And I make XYZ happen.
For real. Because, like, all right, you go, you talk to the nigga. What if he promised you some shit? What if he in New York and he said, you know what, I'm pulling up there right now. Anybody in the world is taking that. But not for you to chop it down and dry it and take the good questions. Oh, no. Fuck that. Hell no.
I'm with you.
He earned it, though.
Yeah.
He earned that.
And
That's his right.
that part
That's
is
his
true.
right. He earned it. If you're on that level, you earned that.
There's a couple of them out
Shout out
there
to that
that-
little white girl, Bobby. She got some shit with Mark Cuban coming. I like it.
New Joe Budden.